officer from the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. Welcome to the MOOC series, an initiative taken by the LG Institute of Pharmacy, Ahmedabad. In this video, I will share information on sterility testing as per Indian Pharmacopoeia. Sterility testing is applied to the pharmacopoeial articles or products that are required to be sterile as per the pharmacopoeia. So pharmaceutical products like parenterals, then ophthalmic preparation, and non-parenteral sterile products like a lubricant that is required for the catheter insertion, then medical devices which are required to be sterile, surgical dressings. These are the products required to comply the sterility testing as per the pharmacopoeia. Satisfactory result of sterility testing only indicates the absence of contaminating viable microorganism in the sample examined under the conditions of the test. This means that to have greater assurance of sterility, manufacturing procedure must comply the GMP guidelines. This test must be conducted under the aseptic conditions to avoid any accidental contamination of the product during the testing. And to achieve the aseptic conditions, grade A laminar airflow cabinet is recommended. Regarding sample size, or we can say the minimum number of containers that is recommended to be tested for sterility testing as per the batch size can be referred from the table 1. For example, here we can see that if the number of containers in a particular batch for the parenteral preparation that is not more than 100, then the minimum number of containers recommended for the sterility testing, that is 10% or 4 containers, whichever is greater. That means for the 100 container batch size, 10 containers are recommended to be tested. Information is given for the other batch size. It is given for the ophthalmic and other non-parenteral products. The information regarding the sample size for surgical dressing and devices and bulk solids can be referred from the table 1. Sterility testing requires culture media, and there are 3 types of culture media can be used for this purpose. One that is fluid thioglycolate medium, and this one is used for the clear fluid type of products. This media is used for the growth of anaerobic bacteria, and this also supports the growth of aerobic bacteria. The incubation temperature required 30 to 35 degrees centigrade for this culture media. The another culture medium that is alternative fluid thioglycolate medium, and this one is used for turbid and viscous products and devices having tubes with small lamina. Incubation temperature that is required 30 to 35 degrees centigrade. The third medium that is required, that is soybean casein, that is medium, and that support the growth of fungi and aerobic bacteria. Let's see about the suitability of culture media before its use for the sterility testing. Culture media must comply to test, that is sterility test and growth promotion test. So this testing can be done before or in parallel with the sterility testing. So first is that is sterility testing, or we can say negative control. So in this case, the portion of the medium that is incubated for 14 days, and if there is no growth during or after this incubation period, then we can say that the media is suitable for the sterility testing. Each lot of the medium must be tested for the suitability of the culture media. The another test that is growth promotion test. And this test check whether the medium that is used will support the growth of microorganism present in sample or not. So this test involves the specific type of microorganism depending on the culture medium that is involved, and this information can be obtained from the table 2. So the table 2 indicates that for example for fluid thioglycolate there are 3 type of microorganisms. One that is Clostridium sporogenes, that is anaerobic type of microorganism. Another that is Staphylococcus aureus, which is aerobic bacteria. Third that is Pseudomonas aeruginosa, that is aerobic type of microorganism. So for each lot of medium, this medium in duplicate is tested for each microorganism. To perform this growth promotion test, the particular culture medium, which is autoclave, is being inoculated with a small number of uh, particular microorganism, that is not more than 100 colony forming units, and then this inoculated medium is incubated at the conditions specified here. For example, for this fluid glycolate medium, incubation temperature that is 30 to 35 degrees centigrade, and that is for 3 days. So at the end of incubation period, the media is checked for the growth. So if clear visible growth is observed, then it indicates that media is suitable for the sterility testing. So likewise, the other two media can be tested. The another test that is also called validation of test, that is mentioned in IP. Now this test is being carried out when the testing of sterility involves the new product and when there is a change in experimental condition of the test. To perform this test, the two test procedure for the sterility testing, that is method A and method B, these methods are modified, and the growth promotion test is used as positive control. So this test is used to check whether the preparation or the product is having any antimicrobial activity or not. So if visually comparable growth is observed in the media that is under validation of test and growth promotion test, then this can be interpreted as the preparation is not having antimicrobial activity, and if the visual growth that is less than the growth promotion test, then it indicates that the product is having antimicrobial activity, and that can be neutralized by adding sterile suitable neutralizing agent or by diluting the product with sterile diluting fluid or media. Let's see about the sterility testing procedures or methods. So IP specified two methods. Method A, that is called membrane filtration method, and method B, that is called direct inoculation method. So membrane filtration method, this method is preferred when product is an oil or an ointment that can be put into the solution form, or a non-bacteriostatic solid that is not readily soluble in the culture medium, or a soluble powder or a liquid that is having bacteriostatic and or fungistatic properties, or when the volume of the liquid product in a container is 100 ml or more than that. So for the large volume containers, this test is preferred. Now in case of the direct inoculation method, this method is generally preferred for the containers with the small volume. This can be applied to the aqueous preparation, oil, oily solution, ointments, creams, surgical dressings and devices, and particularly for the oils and ointments which are not soluble in isopropyl myristate. Let's talk about the first method, that is method A, membrane filtration technique. This method involves the use of both positive and negative control, and this method involves the apparatus that is a suitable unit consisting of the closed reservoir and receptacle between which a well supported membrane of appropriate porosity can be placed. So the membrane that is used for sterility testing is having certain criteria. The nominal pore size of the membrane should not be greater than 0.45 micron, and the diameter of membrane that is 50 millimeter. And cellulose nitrate membranes are used for the aqueous, oily or weakly alcoholic solution, and cellulose acetate type of membranes are used for strongly alcoholic solution. In this image, one can see the type of apparatus. So this is the reservoir and receptacle, and between these two compartment, membrane can be placed. So to perform this test procedure, first of all, the entire unit is assembled and sterilized with a membrane in place. But that is for the aqueous products, and if the oils are involved, then membrane is required to be sterilized separately, and after thorough drying it can be assembled aseptically. So after assembling of the sterile unit aseptically, first of all the sterile diluent fluid A is passed in small quantity that is sufficient to moisten the membrane, and that is passed through this reservoir through the membrane, and then the specified quantity of the product under examination that is to be passed, and the quantity can be referred as per the table 3 and 4 given in IP, and liquid is passed through this filter membrane with the aid of vacuum so that it facilitates the rapid filtration. After filtering the product under examination, and if the product is having antimicrobial property, then washing of the membrane is required by filtering through it not less than 3 successive quantities each of 100 ml of sterile diluent fluid A. Don't exceed washing cycle of 5 times per filter. So for sterility testing, two media used, one that is soybean casein digest medium and another one that is either fluid thioglycolate or alternative fluid thioglycolate media. For both the media, the product can be filtered through different filtration assembly, or alternatively whatever quantity that is mentioned for both the media can be combined and that is filtered through one membrane. So after filtration, the membrane is removed aseptically, or it can be transferred as a whole, or it can be cut into two equal parts, and one half of the membrane is aseptically transferred to each of the two suitable media, and that is incubated for not less than 14 days. And the containers of this media checked periodically during this 14 days incubation, and if the test specimen found positive, that means if the growth is observed before 14 days, then further incubation is not necessary. Let's see about the another method, that is method B, that is called direct inoculation, and for this the product that is to be tested aseptically transferred from its container and that is directly into the culture media. The quantity of the preparation that is directly added into the culture media in such a volume that it is not more than 10% of the volume of the medium. So for example, if the quantity of the product involved is 10 ml, then it should be mixed with the 90 ml of the culture medium so that it will not exceed the 10% of the volume of the medium. And when the quantity from a single container is not sufficient to carry out the test, the quantity of the product can be combined from the two or more containers that is sufficient to inoculate the culture medium. And when it is necessary to use a large volume of the product, it may be preferable to use concentrated medium by considering the further dilution of this concentrated medium into the large volume product. So after adding the product into the culture medium under this direct inoculation method, the container of the media that is to be incubated for not less than 14 days, and these containers of the media are to be observed periodically during this 14 days incubation, and if the test specimen or the product under examination is found positive before 14 days, then further incubation is not necessary and interpretation can be done. Let's see about the diluting fluid. Sterility testing involves the use of this diluting fluids. So this can be diluting fluid A type or diluting fluid B type. So when the product that is of aqueous type, then diluent fluid A can be used, which consisting of the 1 gram of peptic digest of the animal tissue in water that is made up to 1 liter. pH is maintained, that is 7.1 plus minus 0.2, and these diluting fluids are also sterilized at 121 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes. If the sample is having antimicrobial activity like penicillin, then these diluent fluids can be modified by adding the sterile penicillinase enzymes. If the product is having insoluble substance, then diluent fluids can be modified by adding suitable solubilizing agents which helps in solubilizing this insoluble substance. Now, when the product contains lecithin or oils, recommended diluting fluid, that is fluid B, and that is prepared by adding 1 ml of polysorbate 18 into the 1 liter of fluid A. Let's see about the quantities of the sample that is to be tested for sterility testing, and that can be referred from the table 3 and table 4 as per Indian Pharmacopoeia. And this table gives the information regarding the minimum quantity that is to be used for each culture medium, and that depends on the quantity of the product in each container and depending on the type of product. So for example, injectable preparation and for liquids type of product, if the product in container is less than 1 ml, then the total content of the container is to be used for each culture medium. So if the ampules are of 1 ml, then entire 1 ml that is to be used for each culture medium for sterility testing. Let's see about the table 4 content. It gives the information regarding the quantity of the product that is to be mixed from the containers which are to be taken as per the table 1. That depends on the type of product, and that information is given in column A, and then the quantity that is to be used from this mixed quantity for each culture medium, that is given in column B. So in case of ophthalmic solution and other non-parenteral liquid preparation, 10 to 100 ml quantity needs to be mixed from the containers, and out of that mixed pool, 5 to 10 ml that is to be used for each culture medium for sterility testing. So likewise for the other products, the information can be interpreted. Let's see about the observation and interpretation of the results of sterility testing. So when the observations of the culture media that is noted at the intervals during or at the end of the incubation period of 14 days, and when the observation indicates that there is no evidence of the microbial growth, in this case we can interpret that the preparation under examination complies the test for sterility. And if the observation indicates that there is an evidence of the microbial growth, then we can interpret that the preparation under examination does not comply the test for sterility. Now, the another condition that if the material that is used for sterility testing renders the medium turbid, then in this case the portion from this medium which is not less than 1 ml, that is to be transferred to the fresh container of same medium, and then both the original container and this transfer container are incubated for not less than 4 days, and after this incubation period media are observed, and if there is no evidence of the growth, then we can interpret that the preparation under examination complies the test for sterility, and if there is an evidence of growth, then we can interpret that the preparation under examination does not comply the test for sterility. Well, the evidence of microbial growth is also possible because of the invalidity of the test, and result of sterility testing considered invalid only under certain conditions, like when there is a growth observed in negative control, or the another condition when the microbial monitoring data of the sterility testing facility indicates fault. The another condition in which the testing procedure that is used for sterility testing is faulty, or the condition in which there is the fault observed in material and or the technique that is used for testing procedure of the sterility testing. So in these conditions, the test is repeated after eliminating all the conditions responsible for the invalidity, and after the repeat test, the observation during or at the end of the incubation period, and if it indicates that there is no evidence of the microbial growth, we can interpret that the preparation under examination complies the test for sterility, and if there is an evidence of the growth, the preparation under examination does not comply the test for sterility. Okay, so one more information, we discuss the methods for sterility testing, that is for the aqueous preparation. So based on the type of product, methods can be modified. For example, viscous oily products, sterile isopropyl myristate diluent can be utilized. In case of catheters in which the inside lumina and outer surface required to be sterile, so in this case catheter can be cut into the pieces, and then these pieces are to be immersed into the culture media for the sterility testing. The information on sterility testing is referred from the Indian Pharmacopoeia 2018. So this is all about the sterility testing. Thank you for watching this video. For more updates, you can like, share and subscribe our Pharma Ignite YouTube channel. Press the bell icon for notification.